Hello folks, welcome to our little ball of mud. This is Tulsa. Today I can't believe where we are. We're at the southern tip of Yosemite in the small but glorious little town of Oakhurst, California. And my son is the brewmaster here, and at the Southgate Brewery. It's fun to walk through the city with him because everybody says, "Hey Rick," you know, he's the brewmaster, so everybody knows him and loves him, and you know. But here we are, and we luckily cornered the owner, creator of Southgate Brewery, Casey. What's the last name?
Hawkins.
Hawkins. Did I know that?
It's a good Scottish name.
And so I'm saying howdy, thank you for having us here.
Yeah, my pleasure.
I know you're just busy as a bee, and everybody wants just a little bit.
Not too busy for you, Sat. That's for sure. That is for sure. Yeah, it's good.
I know you're expanding even.
Mm-hmm.
This place is just booming.
Yep.
And it's basically the only brewery in this city, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
We're fortunate to be the only one. I'm sure at some point somebody else will be here, and we'll welcome them with open arms, and you know, hopefully make it more of a beer destination if they end up showing up. But for now, we're the only ones, and we carry that torch.
Can you place yourself at a place in your life where you went ding, and had an epiphany? Brewery.
Oh, for sure.
Good idea. Where were you, and what was going on?
You know, it's actually that's a great question, because I think back on that day quite a bit. But yeah, I was in Germany on a business trip for my previous career, and I remember calling my wife, who is also the key cornerstone here. I'm sure we'll get into her in a little bit, but I remember calling my wife, who was pregnant with my daughter, and with our first child, and you know, being moved to tears and just not wanting to be away from them. You know, once we decided to have a family, my priorities started shifting considerably, and I started reevaluating my time and what I did, and being overseas and hustling the business that I was in just didn't quite suit the lifestyle I was getting ready to embark on.
The family, right?
Yeah, right. And so we decided to make the change at that point together. And I got home and told my clients I'm retiring from that line of work, and you know, worked the rest of the deals that I had for the last 6 months of that time, and ended up starting scouting different places in the mountains for us to do what I truly thought I would love, and that's serving the community and being in the beer business and being in hospitality.
Did you have prior experience in the beer business at all, or?
Not in the business. I had brewed a couple of decent batches of beer in my garage.
Okay.
But in the business itself, I sure spent a lot of time in breweries as a consumer.
Okay.
And that, you know, time spent there, you know, something I do is like to pick apart, not really pick apart a business, but maybe analyze a business and understand what's working and what's not. And so, you know, my mind kind of took mental notes as I was in San Diego, obviously, which is one of the beer capitals of the world. So spending a lot of time in really successful businesses that were doing something that I would love to do. We took mental note, both Lindsay and I, and applied a lot of those, a lot of that inspiration to what we do here. Yeah. So that's when I figured it out, though. I was sitting in a hotel room, in a really fancy hotel room in Germany. It was winter, it was bitter cold, and all I wanted to be in my warm home with my family, and that was a bit of self-realization. Yeah.
In the southern tip of Yosemite, it couldn't be a better location.
No.
Location.
Exactly. Well, you know, we knew we wanted to be in the hills. You know, we knew we wanted to be sort of out of the hustle and bustle in what I grew up. I grew up in the big city. Lindsay grew up in a small town in Kona. Is that me?
No. We'll just edit that out.
I've been wanting to scratch my nose this whole time.
Scratch away.
Felt like I had a little floater.
No, it's winter time. Just getting winter, and so everybody's nose is going bananas.
Right.
Heat turns, okay.
And Oakhurst, any experience with this city before?
Yeah, pretty fortuitous. My mom tells me that when we would come up to Yosemite every year for my mom's birthday, May 9th, was our time to be here. So for many years I spent time coming up here with my family, and they would always let me bring a friend, and you know, it was one of those life-changing situations. Yosemite is life-changing for anybody that hasn't been there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is
yeah, the dome, everything, yeah.
it's just spectacular, right? Vortex, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it struck me as a kid and was my favorite place to be. And so,
Oh, wow, cool.
you know, my folks picked up on that, and I at one point said, as we were coming through Yosemite, stopped at McDonald's, and I was throwing a fit. Maybe they wouldn't let me have my music in the car or something. I said, I'm gonna live here someday, and I should just stay here right now.
How old were you?
You know, I don't know, probably,
Teenager type?
yeah, you know,
Okay.
13 or something
Okay.
like that. But I did tell my folks that I was gonna end up here someday, and I did.
I love it.
Yeah, so that, yeah, be careful what you wish for, or be grateful for what you wish for. And in this case, I'm grateful.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
So then, what were your steps?
Ooh,
Because, you know, this can't be, you know, chump change.
yeah, well, you know, fortunately we'd done well in our previous career, and so we, you know, had a bit of resources to bring up here, which was great. You know, it took a lot of faith and risk, you know, obviously, but you know, at that point in time, I couldn't afford not to, you know. And it you know, took some time to find the location. It took some time to find our sort of foothold here. But once we did, and we found this location, it was just hard work and effort. And you know, your son Rick was a big part of that.
How'd you find him?
Well, we drink a good beer down in Fresno. You know, we ran into each other down there, which was another fortuitous and amazing thing.
Okay.
And I actually was having one of his. It was a rye IPA, and I'm not a big rye beer fan, but this rye IPA was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I was like, God, I gotta talk to the guy that made this beer, you know. And you know, through the channels, I ended up introducing myself to him, and we hit it off, and you know, became friends fairly quickly. He came up here and met Lindsay and the family, and we started discussing what this place could be. And I think, you know, the motivation for both of us was the same.
Was this structure there at the time?
Yeah, it was a car dealership.
A car dealership.
In fact, there's a sign out there that says parts and service. We're going to get it to say pints and bad service. But we started getting better at service, so can't really do that anymore. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So
So,
then the buying of all the equipment and all those kinds of things, just
yeah, well, once we got Rick on board, we were able to kind of zone in on what equipment we wanted and from what manufacturer we wanted, and very fortunate to work with Premier Stainless, great company. And we got this brew house that Rick wanted, and we got the equipment that was necessary to get us up and off the ground. And you know, fortunately, Rick was really smart about all of that, so we didn't over purchase anything. It was all right to the money, you know.
you knew what equipment you needed through his experiences.
Experience and effort. He put a lot of effort into this. I don't even know if he was on the clock yet, you know. He put a lot of effort into this before we ever even got off the ground. So a lot of that effort was part of our success. You know? Part of our success.
I'm sure that you were just like this saintly individual that stepped into his life, you know, because
Well, I feel that was the way he was for our
Yeah.
life, but you know,
Mutual,
if he feels that way, that'd be great too. I think it's been a fun ride for everybody involved.
And what's the future looking like for you guys?
We've had a lot of opportunity to grow, some of which we looked into and stumbled and figured out it wasn't the right fit for us. So it kind of delayed our progress, but I think for the right reasons. But here we are now, and in a great position to grow. And we've decided to do it here in our community, as opposed to going outside of our community and trying to create what we know we can create here. We decided to do it here.
Instead of doing distance expansion,
Yeah, we do it here.
make this.
Exactly.
Because-
And that's not saying we won't
Because
have
you have the people coming, right?
we have the clientele for sure. We do.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's just,
we do.
you can't step in here during the busy day that it's not just booming. It's
Yeah.
just amazing.
It's a blessing for sure.
And so what does your expansion look like?
Well, we're in the process of getting we've got the land nailed down. Now we're in the process of designing and putting all of our best ideas on paper and getting them translated into a permit. So that's where we're at. Just going through the motions with the architects and designers, engineers. I've got a great guy in town named Russ Shaw we work with, who is our consultant, who kind of knows everything and is able to point us in the right direction, save us some time and money. Got great contractors already on board. We're going back to the well with that brew house that we have now, with just a bigger one, and hopefully create a space that this community really needs. I feel like we've created something nice and it's a great start, but the next step is really going to hone in on not just food service and making beer. There's going to be a experience there that's going to be unlike anything we've experienced here in our town, and if we can all pull it off, then it's going to be a really beautiful opportunity.
Combining family and business.
100%.
That kind of atmosphere.
100%. That's exactly right.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Norm!
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the way you feel when you walk in here, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
hey!
Yeah. Exactly.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So, can you give us one little secret that you're going to do at the new one? One. Just one.
Well, I'll give you a clue.
Okay.
It's going to be a great opportunity for families and people of all ages and sort of walks of life to get together and enjoy an amazing night with artistry beyond what we've already done in regards to food and beer. We're hoping to bring an element of entertainment and artistry that we haven't been able to explore yet. And it's something we're very passionate about, creating an experience, and we're limited in space. So this bigger space should allow us to create that experience without compromising everybody else around. Just being able to have a really nice open space to.
It'll be bigger than this?
Yes, and a lot of outdoor area too.
Oh, okay.
So that coming out of COVID, we've all realized the importance of being able to spread out and getting some fresh air, and maybe temperatures and things like that are less of an issue now. We've all recognized that even in the heat or the cold, we can get together outside and have a great time. And I think that's been good for the overall understanding and ability for us to maybe compromise a little bit of comfort for a great experience. And being in a town where it's very cold a lot of the year and very hot a lot of the year, that's kind of the thing that we've always combated in regards to how are we going to create what we want to create without making everybody uncomfortable. And we've come to the realization that we can actually make people very comfortable outside. So that's my little snippet. I won't get it any more than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was really well put.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that was good.
Makes me want to move here.
Yeah. Well, let's go. I'll give you the number for the moving bus. We're gonna get you guys here.
Now, taking this and expanding it to a little ball of mud. Folks out there are scared these days. We've had something come into our lives that has united us all under one blanket, and we can't deny it. So, to all of the people out there, can you look at the camera and give them some words of wisdom, how to search out their happiness and be responsible for their behavior and blah, blah, blah.
Well, I don't know if I'm really worthy of giving advice, and if that's necessarily it, but I can tell you what's helped create some solace and some sort of a foundation of comfort and a little less going about this with a little less fear. And I think that's just, and this is going to sound cliche.
Please.
But finding our moment and living in it, recognizing that this moment that we have is that important, especially since, and if we have our health. We've all been exposed to the fear of potentially not having our health taken away from us very easily. And, when somebody passes away, well, you got to appreciate what we have. And I think that goes away in the hustle and bustle of life and stresses and every little momentary things. But really, having an understanding that we are so blessed to be able to wake up in the morning and breathe. That COVID has taken away our deep breath, literally and metaphysically. In so many ways, it's made us short of breath. And I think taking that moment and taking that deep breath and, recognizing our moment and how lucky we are to be around the people that we have, that's it.
And recognizing that this is us on this little ball of mud.
Yes, sir.
And know why you're here, or you're just paying bills.
Exactly.
That's our motto.
Now comes
I love
the
that.
great moment.
Yes.
This
Awesome.
is for Casey Hawkins.
I love it. We should get a little snippet about Lindsay too.
Yes.
Because she, I love it. Thank you so much. Amazing. Amazing.
No, I'm gonna sign it.
Okay, please do. Can I hang it on the wall in here?
You
Okay,
can
awesome.
do whatever you want to with it.
We did a show with Tommy Chong,
I saw that.
and he said, send me 2 shirts, I'll sign one and send it back to you.
Nice.
And so I thought, well, you should wear that one on the show, but then we're like, it's the only one.
Yeah,
So
that
we're gonna
deserves-
frame it.
That should be on the wall. Those little frames for t-shirts are really cool.
Oh,
Yeah, they frame up real nice enough.
It doesn't write that easy, but the date is
we just moved it to 2021.
20.
Love it.
There it is.
Thank you, Sock. I love it. Beautiful. My man.
And it's XL.
Perfect. That's what I need. That's what I need. No schmediums here. Can you ask one question about? Can we talk about Lindsay one time?
Yes.
She deserves more. She's the.
Recognition.
She does. Maybe ask me a question about her or whatever.
Well, she's your wife of how many years?
We have now been married for 15. Wait.
It's okay.
Yeah. Let's start that over.
At least 15.
Yeah, we've been married for 15 years and
Okay.
together for 21. Yeah, we've been married for 15 and together for 21.
How many children?
2. Yep. Kaya and Logan. Kaya is 10. Logan is 7. Yeah, which is crazy. But yeah, none of this would be possible without Lindsay. She's really the key that starts the engine, and she's the one that puts it in park when it's time to call it a day. She's incredible. She does what needs to be done at any given moment without exception. 9 out of 10 times it comes out perfect. She has the sort of sensibilities that's necessary in a small business that retains 48 employees. She keeps it all together. She keeps our household together. She keeps our business together. And most importantly, she keeps us all wanting to come back to work because she's so good at her job. And I would say that's
What a tribute.
oh yeah, she's second to none, truly.
I've seen her with your customers,
Mhm.
and you can tell she really genuinely cares about people.
She does, and she's no nonsense. You know, she's not. You know, I'm maybe a little more apt to be a relationship guy,
Okay.
and she just does it all. You know, she does it all. So
Nice.
we're lucky.
Nice. Hand me that bag, I think.
XL.
But we have, I mean, we're gonna be here for more, and we're gonna be eating here today.
Awesome.
So we'll bring a side.
She's a medium.
We'll bring that to her
Thank
today.
you. Thank you, Sock. That'd be great. That'd be great. She'd love it. This is a
Yeah.
great shirt, too. It's great. I love it. I love it.
I thought we had a medium in there, but nice. Okay, we
Thanks.
did it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah. Hopefully it
Thank
ends
you
up
for
ends up
that.
good. Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Anytime.
Okay.
Anytime. Yeah. You want to do, season 2, I'll be ready. That was the easiest I've ever done.
We need to
Sign out.
sign up for people. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here with us, and tune in, subscribe, tell your friends, refer folks to us, Zoom us from any part of the world that you are, and you want to have some cloud time, we're here for you. It's our little ball of mud.